What's up, good people? Christian Allaire here from Christian Allaire Yoga, your YouTube channel for power yoga. Today's practice is a 60-minute flow, a well-rounded practice, one that's going to get some upper body, some lower body, and in fact, all my practices are designed to get you into every piece of your body. We want to touch every cell so you can come out feeling good, looking good, feeling like you ought to be in Hollywood, calm, strong, centered, not exhausted, but just feeling like you're ready to tackle your day. So with that, I will meet you on the mat in Child's Pose. Bring your knees wide, maybe even as far as mat width distance, depends on how tight the hips might be today, how you're feeling today. And then place the arms out in front of you. And let's find the Child's Pose. Once you get the forehead to touch the mat, begin to fill the breath. Fill the breath with all kinds of goodness and energy. And as you land in your Child's Pose, I would encourage you to detach from your day-to-day activities, whatever you may have been doing or whether you are planning on doing. Let's just go ahead and release those things right now and focus solely on our practice. Child's Pose is a great place to set the intention for such an endeavor. And with the forehead touching the floor, just let your chin roll from side to side. Very gently, we begin to open up into the neck bones. Now your belly muscles should be nice and relaxed, letting the belly soften between the thighs. Your forearms are touching the floor, and you're also relaxing in the upper torso, where the heart muscle just begins to melt towards the floor. And let's start to activate by stretching the arms forward. Really start to stretch the arms. You'll begin to activate and engage, but keep the hips reaching towards the back of the mat. From this position, we push the finger pads into the floor. And as you do, the palms lift up, the arm bones rise, and now the biceps are right alongside the eardrums. Bring your mind's eye to your shoulders. The shoulder girdle, the blades of the shoulders are coming together in the upper thoracic spine. And now from here, on an inhale, just relax the belly. And on an exhale, pull the pit of the belly into the spine. And then on the inhale, relax the belly. And on the exhale, belly to spine. Release out of Child's Pose to Tabletop Pose. Hands stacked directly underneath the shoulders. Tops of the feet are on the floor, or you can tuck the toes, no problem. Cow facing pose, breathe in, look up. Tailbone lifts, head lifts, look up. Now in the cat pose, you're rounding and hollowing. You're pushing the floor away, you're pulling up through the heart. Heart is reaching towards the sky. And now inhale, change. Breathe in, look up. Belly is soft. On the exhale, it's cat pose, so your Uddiyana Bandha is pulling into center line, and we'll do one more set. Inhale, belly softens, head lifts for cow facing. Cat pose, let's do it, pull it in. Okay, let's bring the spine back to a neutral position. Walk your hands out, about 6 inches. So now they're out in front of you, and I want you to curl the toes underneath and hover the knees just 2 inches off the floor. 2 inches off the floor. So notice it's kind of looking like we might be going towards plank pose. So now just walk your hands a little further forward and maybe your toes back, but try to keep the 2-inch stack, the 2 inches knees. And now from here, pitch forward, high plank. See how that worked? You're now right into a beautiful high plank. Belly to spine, kneecaps contracted towards the quadriceps. Fingers spread wide, eye gaze forward. Downward facing dog, lift the hips back and up. And then begin to pedal the feet back and forth. A little left and right. Just a little bit of motion here. Okay, as you're going into your pedaling out in dog pose, start to really shape the body into the alignment of the pose. Feet hip width, hands shoulder width with the fingers spread wide, index and middle generally facing forward. 20% of you likely will have a little bit of an external rotation on the hands, a little external rotation, that's okay. You just want to mitigate that. Most of us should be able to get our fingers facing forward, however. Come to still downward facing dog, soften the knees, that means bend them a little bit so the lower belly is now on the upper thighs, push the floor away. Walk the hands to the feet for Ragdoll Pose. That is at the back of the mat. Hands to feet. Grab onto the elbows, drop the head. Your body is simply draping over the thighs. That is it. Crown of the head is facing towards the floor. And you're just relaxing, still relaxing, letting the body open up by placing it in a certain position, and then controlling the autonomic nervous system by your breathing. Okay, let's bring the body back to the center, and then downward facing dog. Hands to the top of the mat. Knees to the floor, tabletop pose. Again, you're going to walk your hands out a little further forward. A little further forward. This time we're going to do exactly what we did before, but we're not going to have the toes tucked. You're going to push into the tops of the feet. Hover the knees 2 inches off the floor. Tops of the feet, pushing down. Now you're pushing the floor away. The hands are out in front of you, so they're not stacked directly underneath the shoulders, which is going to make it a little more challenging. So let's get the core to fire up. Now in 3, we're going to come to that plank pose, but the toes aren't going to be tucked, right? You're going to be on the tops of the feet. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Stretch it out. Tops of the feet, pushing down. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Now you're going to slowly begin to lower down to the floor. So you're bending the elbows, you're bending the elbows, you're bringing your chest to the floor. It's a slow bell. When your chest touches the floor, bring your feet close together. Cobra pose. Lift up through the chest. Look up towards the sky. Chin to the floor. Relax. Cobra pose. Skandasana. This time you're going to float the hands up off the mat. Activate through the back. Lift the chin. Look up. Release. Chin to the floor. Child's pose. Knees wide. Downward facing dog. Hips to the sky. Lift it up. Walk to the top of the mat. Ragdoll pose. Feet should be 2 fist distant-ish. Take the hands behind the back in this Ragdoll pose. So you're draping in Ragdoll pose. Send the arms away from the low back. You're still in Ragdoll pose. Now halfway lift, belly to spine. Keep the hands fold. Take the hands away from the low back. Palms together. Halfway lift, belly to spine. Keep the hands fold. Hands reach away from the low back. 3rd time, halfway lift. Now slowly come up to mountain pose. Keep the knees soft so you can protect the back. Send the arms up above the sky, up above the head to the sky rather. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. It's a nice folding forward. Standing forward, fold, hands to the floor. Lift and lengthen halfway. Halfway. Exhale, step back. High plank. Hold your high plank and lower halfway down. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Breathe in. Now as you come to down dog, lift the right leg up. Let's open up the right hip. Stack the right hip up and over. Circles with the right knee. Okay, re-extend the right leg so it's extended behind you. Step forward with the right foot. Set the left, keep the left knee up. Send the right arm up for easy twist. Take your left eyeball, look towards your right thumb. Now very slowly you drop your left knee down to the floor. reach your right arm behind you, looking over the right shoulder. Reach your right hand towards the left foot. Okay, runner's lunge. You're going to come back forward, curl the left toes, lift the left knee. Breathe in, shift forward. On the exhale, shift your hips back and fold over your right leg. Slowly bend back into the right leg, please. Step forward, left foot meets the right. Halfway lift and lengthen, breathe in. Exhale, fold, soften the belly. Inhale, rise, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, breathe out. Hands to the floor, lift and lengthen. Step it back, high plank, hold for a second or two here. Low plank, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. As you come to down dog, send the left leg up and back, three-legged dog to three-legged split. Open up the hip. Circles with the left knee. Re-extend the left leg up and back. Step forward, left foot. Now keep the right knee off the mat. Send the left arm up to the sky. Easy twist. Right eyeball looks at the left thumb, so you have to turn your head. Keep the back leg nice and contracted, firm. Now in one action, you set your right knee down and you reach your left hand behind you. Left hand reaches towards the right foot. One action, it's runner's lunge. We come back, frame out the left foot. Inhale, shift forward, look up. Exhale, you're going to shift your hips back and fold over the left leg. Bend back into the left knee, please. Runner's lunge. Use your core action to step forward. Left foot meets the right, right foot meets the left. Lift and lengthen halfway up. Breathe in. Exhale, fold, belly to spine. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to move to chair pose. Skandasana, thunderbolt. Heels split, toes touch, send the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Hands to the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog, breathe out. 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, empty out. 3rd breath in, empty out. Okay, team, rise to the toes, bend the knees, and on the exhale, you're going to float it up. Softly land the feet to your degree. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow. Mountain pose, reach. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Let's take the fingers, scrape the mat, send the arms up, set the butt down. Exhale, bow forward. Hips up, hands down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Now when you come to down dog, send the right leg up. Let's open up the right hip again. Make circles with the knee and ankle joint if it feels okay. Okay, re-extend the right leg. High lunge, right foot's going to step forward. Bring the arms up. Now from this position of high lunge, you're stacking right knee over the ankle. Back leg is nice and contracted. We want to hover the left knee just an inch off the mat. The left knee's hovering. Okay, it's all working here. Now slowly set the left knee onto the floor. Interlace the hands behind your skull. Lift your right heel up off the mat. So the right heel is lifting up off the mat. And slowly start to lean backward. Try to keep plugging the right toes into the floor. Okay, you're going to release out of the back bend, replace the right heel onto the floor, keep the hands, we're going to lean forward, your torso's hovering off the right thigh. Now keep the belly into the spine, you want to knit the rib cage so you're removing any back bend. Set the hands down, runner's lunge, left knee lifts, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Open up the hip, fan the toes wide, stay, or flip your dog. Right foot is coming across, easy does it. Let's open up the back a little bit. High plank. Move through a nice, easy chaturanga, low plank. That's a half of a push-up. Inhale to upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we're going to pepper in another chair pose. So you're going to come to down dog. Bend the knees deeply. Look between the thumbs. Float it up. Land. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. One breath to sit down and lift the arms. Fold in. Hands to the floor. Lift and lengthen, Ardha. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. As you come to down dog, you're going to send the left leg up. Open the hip. You can make some circles with the knee and ankle joint. Totally your call. Re-extend the left leg. High lunge. Left foot is coming forward. Take the arms up. Now it's going to be a right knee dip. Right knee just starts to dip down. Hover it just an inch off the floor. Stay engaged, stay stable, stay in your body, stay in your breath. Set your right knee down onto the floor. Interlace the hands behind the skull. Now with the shoulder blades coming together, you start back bending. Look up, push the back of the head into the back of the hands, and then take the left heel off the floor. Remove the back bend, and as you do, you plug your left heel into the floor. From here, we start to lean forward. So now your left rib cage is just hovering off the left thigh. You're not in a back bend here, so really knit the rib cage, belly to spine. Set the hands onto the floor, frame out your left foot. Three-legged dog, left leg comes up. Open the hip, fan the toes, and flip the dog. Right shoulder stacks directly over the wrist. Really integrate right shoulder into the spine. So we always press down to integrate. We pull into center line, and then from there we spring up. We express up. From here, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe out. Inhale to the toes. Bend the knees, look between the thumbs, float it up. Land. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, hold. Mountain pose, stand up with the hands to the heart center. Breathe out. Inhale, arms sweep up, mountain pose. Stand it, forward fold, standing forward fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Left foot comes back, runner's lunge. High lunge, arms to the sky. Right foot is forward. Softly let the left knee hover 2 inches. Drop the left knee onto the mat, interlace the hands behind the skull. Back bend as the right heel lifts. Integrate shoulders. Okay, removing the back bend, place the right heel back onto the floor. Keep the hands. Now we're going to take the left knee off the mat. We're going to hover our chest right off the right thigh. Remember, you're knitting the rib cage, right? Belly to spine. High lunge. Send the arms up. You're going to take a breath in. And we open up to Warrior 2. Now you can angle your left heel in, your left toes rather. Send the arms out over the floor. Take your drishti, look over the right thumb. Now you're sinking your right butt cheek down and forward. Contract the back leg. To reverse your triangle, we're going to do that now. Straighten out the right leg, loosen the right arm up. Keep pushing through your right foot. Keep the right foot pushing forward, but keep the back leg present and contracted. Back to Warrior 2. Dip into the right knee. Really sink the butt cheek down. Side angle lunge. Forearm to thigh, left arm over, or take the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Runner's lunge. You're going to frame out your right leg. Three-legged dog. Right leg is coming up to the sky. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. You're now in standing splits at the back of the mat. We start to bend the right knee, and it's kind of like a little funky standing split. You're peeling open the right hip. Now, with your right hand, you keep it on the floor. Maybe with your left hand, you come behind and you grab the top of your right foot. Okay, maybe that's what you do. Maybe that's not accessible. If it's not accessible, don't worry about it. You can always walk your right hand to your left ankle and stabilize there as well. Okay, you're going to release the right foot. If you have it, you're back in vertical splits. Walk your hands back to the top of the mat. Keep your right leg lifted. High plank to low plank with your right toes lifted. Inhale, upward facing dog. And we're making our way back to down dog. Breathe out. Inhale to the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, float it up. Softly land the feet. Chair pose. Sit down, squeeze in, center up. Raise the arms and hold. Stand up, hands to the heart center, mountain. Close out. Inhale, sweeps the arms up, mountain pose, extension. Forward fold, standing forward fold, hands to the floor. Take your right foot back, runner's lunge. Set your right knee down. Let's bring the arms up. Interlace the hands behind the skull. Now from here, we take the left heel up off the floor. We start to lean into the back bend. Okay, we're removing the back bend now. We start to lean over the left thigh. And as you do, you take the right knee off the mat. Keep left leg really flexible here. Back leg is your strength. High lunge. Take the arms up. Big breath in. And then open up to Warrior 2. Left foot is forward. Angle your right toes in if need be. Arms extend. They're like oars. That's your stability play. Reverse your triangle. Straighten out your left leg. Reach the left arm up. Take it up. Energetically, you're moving towards the back of the mat, coming up and out of the left hip flexor. Coming up out of that left hip, stretching the rib cage on the left side. Back to Warrior 2. Sink your left butt cheek down. Side angle lunge, forearm to thigh, or maybe left hand comes down to the mat. Right arm up, right arm over the ear. Your chest, your right chest muscle turns up towards the sky. Keep the energy reaching through your right fingertips and press to the outer edge of your right foot. Runner's lunge, you're going to frame out the left foot. Right heel kicks up, and now three-legged dog, left leg to the sky. Walk the hands to the back of the mat. You start to peel the left hip over the right as you bend your left leg a ton. From here, you might be able to look over your right shoulder and spy your left foot. If that is the case, keep your left hand down. Maybe take your right hand to the left toes. Option is to walk your left hand towards your left ankle, capture your ankle, and balance. And release. You're back in vertical split to the back of the mat. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. You're now in three-legged dog. Keep going, high plank. Keep the left toes lifted, long plank. And then inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, breathe out. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Peace sign, fingers to your big toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Elbows to each side, shoulders away from the ears. Belly hugs in on the exhale.
Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out.
Release fingers from toes. Now we're going to step on the palms of the hands for gorilla. Step on the palms of the hands for gorilla. Drop in nice and low. Downward facing dog. Let's take the hands to the top of the mat from here. 3 breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more time. Deep inhale. Exhale. Rise to the toe mounds. Bend the knees, look between the thumbs, float it up. Land soft. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to mountain, and as you do, pull the left knee into the rib cage. So it's a standing wind removing pose. Left knee hugs in. From here, do your best to keep the left knee hugged into the chest. Then we're going to take a slow airplane. Keep the left knee into the chest. Keep the left knee into the chest. Right leg is not completely locked out, but boy, it's strong and straight. Once the torso is parallel, send the left foot back, airplane pose. Crown of the head forward. From airplane, interlace the hands behind your skull. Keep the hands behind the skull. Step your left foot back in the high lunge position. Dip the left knee down, hover at 2 inches. Set the left knee down onto the floor. Back bend, right heel lifts. Okay, we're going to come to the power lunge position with the hands behind the head. Keep the torso hovering over the right thigh. The hands are interlaced behind the skull. Send the arms out in front of you. Extend through the fingertips. Get ready to rise to warrior 2. 3, 2, 1. Warrior 2, up and around. Boom. Triangle, straighten the right leg. Reverse the triangle rather. Right arm extends. Dip back into warrior 2. Take your right hand out in front of your right toes. Half moon. Keep the right fingertips on the floor. Walk the weight into the right leg. Half moon balance and pose. Vertical split, you're going to set your left hand down, your left leg is up. Now from here, tense your fingertips, come up onto your right heel, and now with your left toes, bring it to your left wrist. Left toes to the left wrist, and then you walk your toes up the forearm. One more time, left leg to the sky, try to stay up on the right toe mound here. Left toes to the left wrist, and then walk the toes up the forearm. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise up to mountain pose, and as you do so, now it's right knee into the rib cage. Hug it in. Hug it in. Do your best to keep the right knee into the rib cage as we pitch forward, getting ready to go into that airplane pose. Stay strong here. When the torso is parallel to the floor, send your right foot back for airplane pose properly. Interlace the hands behind the skull. Step the right foot back. High lunge with the fingertips interlaced behind the skull. Right knee dips 2 inches off the floor. Right knee sets down. Back bend, taking the left heel off the floor. Now in one action, we come into the power lunge position with the hands behind the skull. Do that now. Right knee lifts. Hover the torso. Send the arms out in front of you. In 3, we go to Warrior 2. 3, 2, 1. Up and around, Warrior 2. Right heel seals the deal. Arms are extended here. Reverse the triangle. Left leg straightens out. We send the left arm up. Warrior 2. Let's bring the left fingertips out in front of the left toes. Move into half moon pose. Strengthen the left leg by walking the weight easily into the left leg. Balancing half moon.
On a street in San Marino, beneath the moonlit sky.
Standing splits. Right hand comes to the floor. Kick the right leg up. From here, you begin to tense your fingertips. We rise up onto the left toes. Right toes come to the right wrist. Notice the foot is not on the floor, and then you walk the toes up the right forearm. Right leg to the sky. Keep the left heel up. One more time. Right toes to the right wrist. Walk it up the forearm. Forward fold. Exhale. Sit your butt down onto the mat. You're going to come onto your back into the Supta Baddha Konasana position. Soles of the feet touch. Once again, interlace the hands behind the skull. So you're lying on your back. Soles of the feet are together. Now you start to push the feet together firmly and lift the feet off the floor. Now your chest comes up off the floor and you're looking between the toes. We pulse the chest 10 times. 1, 2. Keep that Baddha Konasana position. 4, 5, 6. Keep pushing the feet together. 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop the head back to keep the feet lifted, and then come into the straddle position with the feet out to the side. So your feet are out to the side. Take the hands between the legs, palms touch, and then we pulse the chest up 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the feet together, grab the backs of the thighs, and in one action, boat pose. We come up, lift the chest. You can keep your legs parallel or your shins parallel, fine. You bring your hands out to the side, no problem. If you can, let's straighten the legs and bring the arms up. If you can, you must. Help is not on the way. Let's get this done. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2. Forward fold, top of the mat. Plant the feet and fold in, top of the mat. Ragdoll pose, soften the belly. Really nice work. Drop the hands to the floor. Let's toe heel the feet together. And then we're going to roll up to mountain pose. Bring the arms above the head. Long stretch. Eagle the right arm underneath the left. Eagle pose. Sit the hips down. Take the right leg over midline. And then see if you can bring the top of the right foot behind the right calf. At the very minimum, point the right toes towards the floor. Take the elbows away from the face. Keep organizing to center line and see if you can keep bending into the left knee. Release. Mountain pose. Arms to the sky. Eagle the left arm underneath the right. Palms together, thumbs facing your face, sit down. Pour the weight into the right leg, left leg comes over center line. Release, mountain pose. Gonna send the arms up. Hands to the heart center, we call this Ujjayi Mudra. Take the right knee up, and now we're gonna just work with the knee here, bring it out to the side. Notice if the foot is coming in towards the body, you wanna try to keep the ankle and the knee stacked as best you can, and the left arm goes out to the side. If you can, you turn your head and look left. Okay, we're gonna come back to the center, and then we're gonna change. We're gonna revolve, left hand to the right knee. You want resistance with the right knee pushing into the right hand. Look over your right shoulder, twist. Back to the center, and we'll set the right foot down. Sweep the arms up, sky, extend the mountain, hands to Ujjayi Mudra. On the inhale, lift the left knee. From here, really push into the right foot, and we take the left leg outside. Now remember, you're trying to keep the ankle directly underneath the left knee. If you want to counterbalance, you reach right and you look right. To the center. Change hands. Keep resisting by pushing the left knee into the right hand. Turn left. To the center. Set the left foot down. Spin the feet apart so they're about hip width. Toes go out to the 45-degree angle, yogi squat. Come on down to your yogi squat. Arrange the hands at the center line, and then you do little side-to-side sway, where again the heel lifts up off the floor. Just creating some space here. Come back to the center. Now from here, you're pushing the elbows into the inside of the knees. You're lifting the chest. You may feel this in your low back. If you have a really tight low back, you keep lifting up the chest. You might be feeling this in many different areas. It's a very deep hip open. Okay, let's bring the hands to the floor, hips to the sky, fold. Toe heel your feet back into the center, chair pose. Sit down, squeeze in. Lift the arms. Chair twist to the right side. You're going to place the palms of the hands together. You're going to go into a nice deep chair squat twisting. All at the same time. Chair pose center. Raise the arms. Keep the knee bending. Both knees bending. Chair twist left. Chair pose center. Take the arms up, keep the butt down. Crow pose. Set the hands onto the floor, knees into the backs of the thighs. You should already be in your crow pose. Grip the floor with the fingers, heels to the butt, lift the chin. Get ready to float it back in 3, 2, 1, chaturanga. Float it. Upward facing dog, good work. Downward facing dog, breathe out. And let's move to child's pose, knees wide. Wisdom pose is where you bring your knees closer in and you take your hands towards your heels. So that's available. Simply another form of child's pose. Downward facing dog. Hips back to the sky. Here we are in your down dog. Lift it up. Pedal the feet back and forth. Smooth out the breathing in case it got choppy. Right leg lifts. Open the hip, fan the toes, stay here or flip the dog. Moving to runner's lunge with the right foot coming forward. Frame up the right foot. And from runner's lunge, we take Skandasana at the top of the mat. So the right butt cheek hovers over the right heel, palms to touch. From Skandasana, we're gonna move to Warrior Two at the back of the mat. So we're gonna be bending into our left leg. So you come up and you're into your Warrior Two. Send the arms out over the floor. Pull the belly in to tuck this tail underneath a little bit. On your next inhalation, triangle pose. Straighten out the left leg, reach your fingertips out, hand to the shin or to the block, open it up. You want to rotate the right shoulder behind you, left shoulder going down and forward. Stay firm in the legs. Bind, right hand corkscrews behind you. Maybe bring it into the inner left thigh if you have the range. Depends on how open your shoulders are or your range of motion in the shoulders. Just don't take it past your edge, please. Okay, we're gonna release the bind. Gonna push the left toes into the floor. We're gonna use our core and back muscles as we lift up. Rise and left toes pivot inward. Toes in, heels out, hands behind the back, palm to palm grip. You're gonna inhale to the back bend. Exhale, fold in. Keep the legs engaged as you come down. Once the head comes below the heart muscle, send the hands away from the low back. Rinse out the shoulders. Hands to the floor. Runner's lunge, you're gonna face forward. So once again, we're framing out the right leg. From here, back foot steps in to the front foot. So you're at the top of the mat, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Mountain pose, sweep it up. Big breath in, stretch it up. Exhale, fold in. Hands to the floor, crow pose, second round. Crow, lift it up. Chaturanga, float it back. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send the left leg up. Three-legged split. Open the hip and then flip the dog. Coming to runner's lunge. The left foot is going to come to the top of the mat. Frame out the left foot. Sorry, I will have my back to the camera. We're moving into Skandasana with the left butt cheek over the left heel. Your Skandasana, top of your mat. Hands to prayer. Okay, Okay, we're gonna move into Warrior 2 at the back of the mat, and you're bending into your right leg. So you come up to 2. Readjust your feet as necessary. Inhale, straighten your right leg, triangle pose. Reach it out. Send the left arm up. Activate through the legs, so really keep that contraction of the quadriceps to stabilize in the pose. Half bind, corkscrew the left hand behind you into the inner right thigh. Don't overdo it in the shoulders. Release the bind. Root to rise. Pivot the right toes. Hands to the hip points. Backward bend. Draw the shoulders together. Pull the elbows in. Push the hips forward. Drop the head back. Fold in. Hands to the outsides of the feet. Maybe even cup and grab the heels. Draw the forearms towards the shins. Stay firm. Soften the knees as necessary.
At least that's what they say. And now it's over. And now it's over. Wish we had done this.
Okay, you're going to release. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Runner's lunge. You're going to face forward. Frame out the right foot. And now from here, I want you to step back into tabletop pose. The left foot's going to come back, you drop into tabletop pose. Bring your knees so they're hip width apart, and we set up for one Skandasana, one camel pose. We come up, the tops of the feet can be on the floor, or the toes can be tucked. Place the hands just above your butt cheeks, draw the elbows in, and we slowly start to lean back. Now maybe this is as far as you go, and that's fine. Maybe if you have range of motion, one hand comes towards the heel with the thumbs on the outside of the heel, and do the opposite side, drop the head back. Push the hips forward, and if you can, you grab a hold of your heels, and you push your hips forward, and you're pulling up on the heels. 3, 2, hands to the hips, come out of Skandasana, and we move into Child's Pose. This time I recommend knees nice and wide so your low back gets that juicy release coming out of that deep, wonderful back bend. Feel free to stay as long as you like in your Child's Pose. And when you're ready, we're going to take half pigeon with the right foot forward. So make your way into the half pigeon with the right shin forward. Or stay in Child's Pose to get the release that you need. If you have a mermaid pose or a merman pose, let's come up. You pull the heel in towards your tailbone. You modify this pose as necessary. For me, the front of my left quadricep is screaming, right? So I just pull the heel in towards the tailbone to get to that edge, and then I breathe into the sensation. And when we're ready to move, let's do that. When you're ready, let's take Pigeon on your left side. Left shin will be coming forward. If you need to take a moment to pedal it out, that's fine, to work some of that energy up and out of the right side. But when you're ready, take the left shin forward, and we do it. Again, if you have mermaid and you did that on the right side, please consider the option of taking your right heel in towards the right hip. Beautiful. Now I'd like you to swing both feet out in front of you. You want to bump your knees up and down a little bit here, just to get some flow back into where you need to get a little bit of flow. And then once you do that, I want you to bring your feet about 2 fists distant apart and then bend the knees. Oh, whatever distance, I would say 3 to 6 inches. Peace sign fingers to your big toes. From here, notice I'm lifting my chest up. Chest is lifting, and now I try to pull my torso between the thighs, keeping the chin lifted. Now the hands, the elbows are on the outsides of the shins, and you just keep lifting your chin forward. Notice the knees are still bent. Trying to flatten the spine, dropping your entire chest and belly between the thighs. Now from this position, we want to keep that contact where the belly is really coming deeply between the thighs, and we inch the heels forward. Don't lose the contact. If the belly starts to come out from beneath or out from between the thighs, then don't walk the heels any further forward. Just stay in that nice deep fold. I want you to learn to more stretch your spine flatly versus rounding the spine. Gravity will take care of the rounding of the spine for you. We want to counteract that so we don't end up as question marks when we're older people. And some of us might already be into that older people category. I don't know. Okay, from now I would like you just to relax the hands off the feet, and I want you just to drape your body. And this is relaxation. You can round your spine here. Just want you to find ease. Beautiful. You're going to release. We're going to move into tabletop pose. So this is going to be the counter point to what we just did. Soles of the feet underneath the knees. You lift up and you push the hands into the floor. Really stretch up, charge the feet into the floor, drop the head back. Awesome. Let the butt come back down to the floor. Now you're going to come onto your back. When we're moving pose, right side, hug the knee in. Supine twist, right knee comes across. To the center. Stretch your right foot forward, and now bring the left knee into the rib cage when we're moving pose. Now if you have a habit of just blowing right past when we're moving pose because you want to get to that juicy twist, try not to do that. This pose has lots of magic going on the internal part of the body. Now take your twist. Take the left knee across. Turn your head to the left. If you're mashing your knee down onto the floor, try not to do that either. Let gravity do the work here and you just simply relax. To the center. Take your knees into your chest and wrap your arms in front of your shins. See if you can grab opposing elbows. If you can grab your elbows, keep the feet side by side, back of the head to the floor. Hug the knees down and try to place the hips and the butt forward. So stretch. Again, this is a spine flattening pose. Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Hand to the belly, hand to the heart. Shutter the eyes down and pull internal. Now remember, we want to check out of our day-to-day while we're doing our practice. So if suddenly your to-do list started to come into your mind, just reschedule that and take care of that in a few minutes. Feel free to stretch the feet out in front of you for your final rest of Shavasana. And just let your chin roll from shoulder to shoulder. Opening up the neck bones a little bit here. Wiggle the toes and the fingers. Let's draw the knees into the chest. A nice tight squeeze here. And roll to the side body. Let's take a moment here. You can actually feel the weight of your own organs shift as you build your awareness of what's happening in your own body. And making our way up to a comfortable seated position where we gather at the end of our class. Drawing the hands to the center of the chest. Thank you so much, yogis. Dip your chin down just a little bit. And take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Thank you so very much. Please open up your eyes. I want to express tons of gratitude for you guys showing up on my YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is all about power yoga. My name is Christian Allaire, and if you found value in the video, please hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell so you can get the notifications. I usually upload 2 to 3 videos per week, and really appreciate those giving me donations in the tip jar. Boom. I will see you guys on the next video. Ciao.